let's do this too, Shaun King, who, of course, played in the NFL. Everybody knows was a quarterback with the Tampa Bay Bucks, that team that just couldn't get over the hump. I'm not trying to rub it in. I'm just saying.
We won a championship. I don't know what you're referring to.
You guys were really good.
Yeah, we won a championship.
Yeah, I'm just saying you should have won it with Tony Dungy is all I'm saying.
Oh, I agree. I truly
Seriously.
believe if the Buccaneers organization had taken a Pittsburgh Steelers approach and showed patience with Tony, I think the team would have more than 2 Super Bowl titles.
Right.
I truly believe that.
Yeah, it was definitely one of those things. I just kept thinking that they were going to win, and it just didn't happen. And before we get into our topic, I do want to say we should condolences and love and prayers. Phil Donahue passed away, who was a television icon, used to rule daytime television. When you think about the studio audiences and hot topics that people were talking about back in the day, it was Phil Donahue. Everybody came after him. He started with a show in Dayton, Ohio, and it became a national show and been big. And then Oprah Winfrey and everybody else, you know what I mean, followed that show and became even bigger than Phil was. But Phil was an iconic figure, and Marlo Thomas's wife.
R.I.P. to the Donahue family.
No
doubt. It seems like every week somebody
big,
recognizable,
right?
Like there was an icon of your adolescence or early years is passing away.
It's crazy. But you know what? There are a lot of big celebrities who are up there in age. He was 88.
True.
I mean, it just happens. All right. Let's kick off with football, and we know preseason games all weekend long. And, Shaun, I get it, and you know this. People are wrong in sports all the time about people. Oh, they can't do this. They're not good enough. This, that, the other thing. You know, it happens a lot, okay? It's not like everybody who's drafted high, everybody says, oh, yeah, he's going to be a star, and they're a star. Or he's going to be a bust, and he's a bust. It's not like that. It's all over the map. But Tua comes out, and Shay, do we have sound or no? It's just words. Do we have sound?
We got sound.
Okay, let's hear this. Okay, Shaun. Okay, we'll get to that. But he just basically criticizes Brian Flores, who, if I remember correctly, Shaun, didn't want to draft him. So it's always a tough spot when you're a coach and you draft somebody that you don't really want at that time. I can't remember who it was he wanted, but I don't believe it was Tua. And so Tua was on the Dan Le Batard show, and basically, quote, to put it in simplest terms, quote, if you woke up every day and I told you that you sucked at what you did and that you don't belong doing what you do and that you shouldn't be here, that this guy should be here and that you haven't earned this right, and then you have somebody else come in and tell you, dude, you're the best fit for this, you are accurate, you are the best whatever, you are this. Okay, do we have the sound? All right, let's hear from Tua himself.
To put it in simplest terms, if you woke up every morning and I told you you suck at what you did, that you don't belong doing what you do, that you shouldn't be here, that this guy should be here, that you haven't earned this right, and then you have somebody else come in and tell you, dude, you are the best fit for this. Like, you are accurate, you are the best whatever, you are this, you are that. Like, how would it make you feel listening to one or the other? You see what I'm saying? And then you hear it, regardless of what it is, the good or the bad. And you hear it more and more. You start to actually believe that. I don't care who you are. You could be the president of the United States. You have a terrible person that's telling you things that you don't want to hear, or that you probably shouldn't be hearing. You're going to start to believe that about yourself.
Hey, Shaun, here's my problem. And what he's saying, I get it. Positive reinforcement, negative. We get that. If you tell a little kid that they could do whatever they want to do in life or whatever, you probably got a good shot that kid's going to believe it, or, you know, and have a chance to do something. Or if you tell a little kid every day that they're dumb and stupid and never amount to anything, probably not going to work out either, okay? So I get that. My only issue is why? Why even bring that up? He got the contract. He played great last year. He stayed healthy. He got the contract. Brian Flores, is that really where you want to go? Like, why? He's not even a head coach anymore. I think he won by default, right? He got the big contract for the Dolphins. He's still there. He's their franchise quarterback. Brian Flores is in Pittsburgh as an assistant coach, and the end of story, and probably will never get another head coaching job. Do you really need Shaun to say anything? I guess that's my only issue, not the context of it.
Well, Rob, it enhances what I still believe, and this is in spite of Tua getting the 4-year, $212 million extension.
I told you he was going to get his contract. You were in that belief. That
I'm happy for him, but Tua is seeking comfort in this situation. He's not an alpha male. Brian Flores got the Miami Dolphin job after spending 10 years with one of the greatest alphas we've ever seen, named Tom Brady. Not a great, skillful athlete. Nobody thinks that Brady throws the best football or has the most arm talent or is even an average athlete. But his combination of football IQ, calmness when everything is chaotic, and his ability to lead and be an alpha created a lot of success. Brian Flores got to Miami, and never forget this, Joe Burrow was the first pick in Tua's draft, but Justin Herbert was taken directly after Tua,
right,
and Jordan Love was taken at the end of that first round, and Jalen Hurts was taken early in the second round. I challenge people right now to tell me one NFL team, not named the Miami Dolphins, that would take Tua over Herbert or Jordan Love.
What has Herbert done?
His ceiling is just higher.
I get it, but
than Tua.
Did you see what he did last year? Last year he had a lot of bad fourth quarter interceptions. He took a step back, and I understand you like what he looks like and you like the arm, but the results weren't good, and you gotta admit that. Would you acknowledge that he didn't play well last year?
I think Herbert has a lot to prove in this league.
Okay,
what I'm saying is, if I'm going to hitch my wagon, my career, my legacy to one of these guys, the ceiling is so much higher with those other guys than it is Tua. I don't think you can win championships with a Tua at quarterback.
You can't say that because a lot of guys have won bad quarterbacks.
Who? He doesn't have the leadership and IQ of a Drew Brees.
Tampa won, Baltimore won without star quarterbacks. What are you talking?
Tampa had Pro Bowlers on the defense. Four Hall of Famers.
Okay, but it had nothing to do with the quarterback.
And Brad Johnson's better than Tua.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
Stop it.
Hey, this he's not. Hey, Rob, this is how limited Tua is. If you go back and re-listen to that audio, listen, Tua said, what if somebody came in the room and told you shouldn't be here, you don't belong here, you're not good enough? What would you think? Then when he went to the good side, Rob, the only thing he could say was, what if somebody else came in here and said you were accurate? And then he went ... because he can't even come up with something else that he does at an elite level. His ball location is the only redeeming trait he has.
He had a very good year. You cannot, Shaun.
He threw 29 touchdowns and 14 picks. That year is so overblown.
No, it ain't.
They threw for a lot of yards.
He was in the top 5
they threw for a lot of yards.
Every category.
Healthy.
Okay.
Rob, he threw 29 touchdowns, 14 picks.
He also put up a 70-piece, and we're not talking about McNuggets. He put up a 70-piece in the NFL.
Yeah, Sean Payton still should be fired for that.
And we haven't seen that. Okay, that alone. But for a so-so quarterback to put up 70, Shaun, you played in the league. You ain't seen nobody put up no 70 points in no NFL game. Come on, man.
Rough. That was rough. I'll say this, man. Listen, I'm not anti-Tua. All I'm saying is I understood Brian Flores' position. If you were going to take a quarterback at 5, I would have went with the upside play. And when you look at Tua's career, he's always a guy that seems to be seeking love. Mike McDaniel is really the first time he's ever found it, Rob. When he got to Alabama, he had to back up Jalen Hurts. When he eventually took over for Jalen Hurts, they had Mac Jones sitting behind him. So when he got hurt, Mac Jones came in and played at a high level. He's looking for love. He found it in McDaniel. Hopefully it works for him. I don't think it will.
Yeah, we'll see. This will be something, but they had no shot. They had 20-some-odd quarterbacks since Dan Marino left. What choice did they have other than to go with the guy who stayed healthy all year, put up top 5 numbers in almost every category, and if you're the Dolphins, what was your alternative? It's easy to say.
You don't even believe what you're saying.
Yes, I do.
You're not a Tua guy. You don't believe in Tua.
It's easy to just say, get somebody else. There is nobody else. That's the problem. 99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. I get what he's talking about. I just don't think it was necessary to air that out. You got the contract. You're the starting quarterback and the franchise quarterback of the Dolphins. Brian Flores is out. He'll probably never get another head coaching job. You won. You don't have to say it. You don't have to tell anybody.
By the way, Josh McDaniels got multiple shots. Brian Flores should.
I'm just saying. After the lawsuit against the NFL, you think he'll get another head coaching job? I'm just asking.
No.
Okay, that's my reason, not because he can't coach. I just don't believe once you bring litigation against the league that they're going to hire you. I don't.